Hi guys, I'm Paddy from windowanddoorparts.ie, and in this video I'm going to show you the 6 things to check to ensure you select the correct window Espag lock for your window. To ensure you end up with the correct lock, you will need to remove the lock you want to replace from the window. To do this, remove the 2 screws holding the handle in place and remove it. Next, remove the screws along the faceplate of the lock and remove the lock. One thing to bear in mind is that a lot of window Espag locks have either been updated by their manufacturer or have stopped being manufactured altogether. If this is the case with your lock, you want to get the closest lock to it as possible. Okay, so with our lock removed from the window, the first thing we want to check is the manufacturer's name or logo. So check along the faceplate of the lock. So we can see here this lock says Miele. Also check the lock case or gearbox, like this one which says Basta. The second thing you want to check is whether your lock is inline or offset. So this refers to the position of the gearbox or the lock case. If your lock is inline, the gearbox will be in the center of the lock. If your lock is offset, the gearbox will be positioned to one side. This is really important because an inline lock will not fit into a window made for an offset lock. So the third thing to check is the backset of the lock. And this is basically how deep the lock is recessed into the window. Now in some locks, the backset will actually be stamped on the gearbox. Like this lock says 20. This means the backset is 20 millimeters. Or this lock says 25. This means the backset is 25 millimeters. If there's no markings on your lock, just get a measuring tape and measure from the edge of the faceplate here back to the center of where the spindle of the handle goes in, or to the center of one of the screw holes. So we can see here it measures 20 millimeters. The fourth thing to check is the overall length of the lock. Get your measuring tape again and simply measure from one end to the other. In this case it's 400 millimeters. Some manufacturers have a size code stamped on the faceplate. Like this one here says 400, or this one says GR60. The fifth thing to check is the width and the shape of the faceplate of the lock. The standard width is 16 millimeters. On old UPVC windows, narrow 13 millimeter faceplate locks were used. Now these are very hard to come by these days and they're nearly all obsolete. Also check the shape of the faceplate of the lock. The standard will be flat like this, with a smaller bar on the inside that moves. There's also U-shaped faceplates like this lock. The final thing to check is the size and shape of the roller lock. Now the most common shape is this mushroom shape. Just measure from the base to the top. The standard height is around 8 millimeters. Also check the diameter of the roller and the inside diameter. If you don't have calipers like this, just use measuring tape as best you can. So the diameter of the outside section is 9 millimeters and the inside section is 6 millimeters. So that's the 6 things to check to ensure you select the correct lock for your window. So to sum up, look for the manufacturer's name or logo, check if it's inline or offset, check the backset of the lock, check the overall length of the lock, check the width of the faceplate, and then finally the size and shape of the roller locks. Thanks for watching.